Wake up and stay woke. Cause this is the Ball Hog Sports Talk with your boy, B Brown, ESQ, aka the Ball Hog, aka the Mouth of the South. This is the place where sports, business, and entertainment collide. And we're gonna give it to you rough, rugged, and raw. So come get you a spoonful, like some grits with butter and salt. You know how we do it in the South, y'all. Make sure you do not get caught in your feelings. Strap on your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. Come on, let's go.
What's up, y'all?
You know
it's
what it
Hot
is.
16 Sports Freestyle.
I thought you were going to say
Volume
what's up, America.
14.
You want to say what's up, America?
What's good, America? What's good,
I love
America?
when you say that, baby. What's good, America?
What's good, man? It's been a while, man. It's been a long week, man. I didn't want to put this out there, man, but we had COVID in the house. I just got off lockdown, been back in my studio. I forgot my lines, which means I'm getting back to normal. I forget my lines. Wifey had COVID, man. It was unfortunate. We had to lock her up for a while, make sure she was cool. Nobody else got bit. She's getting better. We back in this joint now. Back in here, baby. So I still can't go outside till Sunday, but that's what they say.
COVID is the new cooties, man. You got cooties.
That's the new cooties. It's like COVID is like stepping in doo-doo. Nobody wants you to come in their house. Right? You can't come in my house. You got to sell the shoes. Do you still own the shoes? Yes, you can't come in my house.
Can't come in my house. But you're good, man. Welcome back. I'm trying to avoid it at all costs, but who knows? I wasn't feeling great this week either, man. So
me too.
Fingers crossed. It ain't
for a while. I felt like that dude. Remember you was in dodgeball and it was four of them and it's just you. And you think there's no way I can get out of this. That's how I felt, man. I was like, it's gonna come through the vents. It's gonna sneak up on my shoulder and tap me and be like, come here. Don't try to fight the Reaper. Just relax and let it go.
Through the vents, I feel it.
But they didn't get me, man. I got Lysol, spraying Lysol in the house stuff. I tried to come out I felt like I was in Miami. I had 2 cans of Lysol when I come into a room. I came out like you, baby.
Straight up. You coming out the smoke. I ain't mad at it. All right. So look, I'm glad that you're feeling great. I'm feeling good too. And that means it's supposed to happen. Sports Freestyle Hot 16. I'm just looking at the clock and I'm gonna start 16 when you tell me to, my brother.
Man, let's go now, man. We're in a funny week. We call this the funny week. No Pro Bowl this year, right? They canceled the Pro Bowl. So this is the last week before. It's like the final frontier. The Super Bowl is coming up. You're so excited, but you got this final week. You don't know what to do. It's depressing because football's done after that, whatever. But there is something going on. They got the bowl game, the All-Star game, so to speak, the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
I think they got the Hula Bowl. They got a couple of new names every year. They switched up. What do you think about those games, man? You think they're worthwhile for people to do or what?
Yeah. Look, they can make or break some of the prospects as they're trying to get recognition, especially in the COVID year. People are dealing with all kind of challenges, scouts not being able to come to practice. So I think this makes those games, the Senior Bowl and NFLPA game and all those All-Star games even more important. But it also is like more exposure because people coming from around the country to come and practice for 1 week. So
did you play one of those All-Star games coming up?
I did. Back in the day. I played in the what was it? It was now NFLPA game. It was Florida versus game
versus
everybody. Yeah.
So you had to be in college in Florida or you had to be from Florida?
Either. You could be either from Florida or go to school that is a Florida program. So I was on the former side. I was from Florida. So although I went to Notre Dame, and what was cool about that, I got to play against a teammate that was on the other team, Lamont, who was also my roommate. So that was cool. Lamont Bryant.
Lamont Bryant. Where I get Lamont White?
Yeah.
Somebody else, actually a sports trainer out here. Lamont Bryant. Yeah, he was ashy strong. I never went against him, but he just looked like one of the dudes that always had ashy knuckles. Give you dap and it hurt.
One of those Georgetown, South Carolina.
That's what it is. I'm telling you.
Geechee strong.
So I mean, that's good. We're going towards next year. We're trying to get back towards normal. But before that, the NFL Combine this year. This is a real interesting one. They switched the Combine. They're going to do no in-person, no centralized workouts. Everything's going to be the pro day. What do you think about that? Do you think that's an advantage to the guys? Disadvantage? What do you think? to the players?
Yeah, I mean, for years, there's been generations of people that say that they just feel more comfortable on their own campus. And if you look at the times, they've been historically faster at the pro days versus the combine, where the NFL has complete domination over all the elements. And, players just have tended to run slower because why would someone help you out, right? It's like the NFL, who is trying to get everybody for as cheap as possible, is not going to help you have a faster time. They just, at the end of the day, they're in complete control. So, I think being at your own campus is going to make a lot of the players feel more comfortable, and you'll see faster times. If the other drills might be a little weird, because that means you got to have someone on your strength and conditioning staff or one of the assistant coaches
if you're a receiver.
Execute some of the
somebody that can throw the ball to.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, we got somebody who can throw.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to the 40 for most positions anyway. But
for some stupid reason, I think it's major. I think it's a major win for the players, because you think about it. I don't know if you were at the NFL Combine, but I mean, you're there for days. You're going through all these different things. You're on all these people, all this competition. Somebody runs a 4.3 in front of you. You got you a little nervous, and now you can't run your race. You got other people doing bad. But then, like you say, they go back to their pro day, and they do so much better. But everybody in the NFL said, well, I don't know, man. You ran a 4.5 under pressure. So that's what we're going to see what you do. So I think it's fantastic they get to go be at their home turf. But I just think this is going to be a long season. I mean, like, because they do pro days, I guess, already. So I guess maybe that's not a big deal. They're already used to doing pro days, but I guess people are going to have to piggyback on somebody's pro day or something like that. There's going to be some.
Yeah, they're all a part of like two consortium. They being the recruiting staffs or the scouting staffs of each one of the NFL teams. They already share information. They're two different consortium groups, and they share information. So some of that's already in play anyway. It's just teams are pretty possessive, and they want to get their eyes and their hands, touch it, taste it, feel it in terms of the players. Taste it, that just sounds like right.
Everything reminds me of a rap verse. I apologize.
Right. So that's why Indianapolis is what it is, because then they can give a personal account of what they saw, and but at the same time, they already have the respective scouting departments already have some sort of information sharing agreements that they already utilize. So yeah, not that crazy.
It'll be good. Then they're going to do all the personal interviews. So I don't even know if they're going to go there for the pro day, because now that I'm reading the story, they may actually like simulcast it or do whatever, because they want to make sure the drills are consistent and just watch the pro day, which is even that much better, because they're going to do the interviews on Zoom, which everyone right now has to be a Zoom expert. And that's another thing. I think you take the pressure away from somebody, the interview, you got to come fly you out and do whatever. Now that's going to be done during Zoom. The question is, will there be cheating on the Wonderlic test? They're going to let you take the Wonderlic test and be like, what you get from
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Look, man, Wonderlic test, there's a lot of money on the line, man. Somebody going to take your Wonderlic test for you. They're not going to be able to video all that.
Look it up. Look, I'm trying to get my sons into private school. We're doing the interviews through video conferencing. So
you behind the screen, like, don't look up. Practice.
Straight up.
It's like, know what I'm saying, but don't look up.
Don't look up. Just repeat after me. I got the little earbud in the ear and everything.
I had a buddy, man. His son goes to school, non-football player. His son goes to school in Colorado, and he was leaving early. It was after he's a fraternity kid. He's like, why are you leaving early? Why are you going back to school? Why don't you just take the stuff online? He's like, I can't cheat if I'm at the house. But in the frat house, when they do the test, they got like a team behind you. So when they're doing the work, they do behind there. So I'm not snitching, so I'm not going to give you which school exactly. But
I like that, man. Hey,
I thought the honesty part of it killed me. I was like, damn, he told you that? He's like, yeah, don't tell your mother.
That's that's the fraternal bond, man. Whatever fraternity that is, man, they're living up to the bond.
Too. Like he's got to once you get somebody to do that test for you, you got to work it out.
Make sure you help somebody else out. I ain't mad at it.
Cheating is wrong. Nobody should ever cheat. It's terrible, man. So anyway,
no one should ever get caught cheating.
No shit, man. Cheating is wrong. Kids watching, but anyway, so looking at the combine coming into it, man, to go to the draft. Deshaun Watson now is demanding the trade. So when I think of the draft, I always think about the Bears and who they didn't draft. They didn't draft Deshaun Watson. Now he wants a trade. They're talking about different teams. Unfortunately, the Bears aren't even part of the conversation, so we don't even get them on the get back. What do you think
y'all
about
happy
that?
with y'all happy with Trubisky, right? Trubisky.
Happy with Trubisky. Nobody's happy with them. We're not happy with the ownership in Chicago. We want the ownership gone because there's not a. I think if Deshaun Watson came to the Bears, he would be trash. That's how I think that's how trash the Bears are when it comes to quarterbacks.
Well,
if
I don't think
Watson
Deshaun
came
Watson
with
is
all
happy.
the skill sets he had, he would become trash when he got here, and then when he left, he would be good again. That's how I feel about the Bears.
Well, maybe. I mean, I think Deshaun Watson has all the tools to be great wherever, but the
we
support around you does matter.
play D on our own QBs. We'll find a way to D him up and ruin his confidence or something. But what do you think about him demanding a trade and say he wanted to get out? Because they say he wanted to be he had been promised that he would be part of the interview process for the new coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hired a coach and they didn't do it. And he said, that's unacceptable. I want out of here.
Look, man, hey, man, I wish I could say it in Spanish, but I haven't been using my Spanish. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's a message to the kids. Use the Spanish that you learn in school. But if I could say it in Spanish, I would say these words. In Espanol, I would say power to the people, man. I'm with it.
Do they say
demand a trade.
In Mexico that we power to people don't sound as good? It sounds better here?
Power to no, I want to say it in Spanish just to show off and flex my Spanish muscles. But
I don't know what they got to do with
it. Wasn't there. It wasn't in. Did you talk about the frontal lobe? It wasn't in my frontal lobe.
It was in your frontal lobe. Okay,
I had to rock with just explaining it in English. Okay. But power to the people. I love the fact that he has that type of leverage. Mm-hmm. The players have been on the wrong side of leverage since the beginning of time when it comes to NFL, when it comes to their union, air quote. They haven't had any power. So to see a player amass that type of power and exercise that power.
Have all that power, all that revenue. But you know what's even sweeter though, and why Deshaun got him? He has a no trade clause. Yeah. So he has to approve the trade. So you can't even trade him and just say you're gonna dump him. He has all the power.
All the power.
All the power right now.
It's good to see.
It's good to see.
I hate that he has to use that because Houston looked like it was going in the right direction. Yeah. And then it went left quick. It went left really quick. But that's what happens when,
They should let him pick the coach. He's the starter. He's the face of the program. He's the face of the program.
Think about it. They got rid of, I don't care who you are, you're going to put D-Hop in the top 5. They got rid of one of the best weapons that anyone could have because of a person, what seems like from the outside looking in, a personality conflict with the old head coach that you end up firing a year later anyway. So
Big got rid of him. See, you know what though? They don't deserve him. I don't even know who the owner is.
Yeah,
they deserve him. You about to get rid of Deshaun Hopkins, and you got rid of. You got rid of Hopkins, and Watson's about to go. I didn't even think about that in 2 years. Oh, I gotta go. Somebody got to come here.
Somebody's culpable. Somebody is to blame on that.
The GM, I don't know the GM, but it always goes back up to the owner. But still, I didn't even think about that. We already forgot about Hopkins was gone.
Yeah, they got rid of D-Hop. Like, how do you get rid of D-Hop?
He should go. Where's D-Hop right now?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah,
he's not going to Arizona. I was about to say he should go meet up with him.
D-Hop.
So they say Miami's a good destination, but they got Tua. Is Tua not the answer? I mean,
I think Tua's an answer. If he's the answer, to be determined. He still looked a little not gimpy,
rookie-ish.
But he looked rookie-ish, but he also looked hesitant. Most rookies that you see promise in, they err on the side of being overconfident.
Yeah,
of just being like there's a sort of an aura about him, an arrogance about him, and Tua never had that. I didn't see it in the few starts that he did have.
Is it hard to accurately judge a quarterback coming out of Bama when you have that many weapons all the time? You have the best line, the best running back, the best receivers.
I wouldn't even stop there. It's not even Alabama. It's hard to accurately gauge what a college quarterback is going to be at the NFL level. You are guessing. It's the lottery. You're playing the lottery.
Yeah,
you are, because the game on the NFL level is so different. The defenses are so much more complex.
Coaches are so much smarter.
Coaches, right? And the coaches aren't going to just change their whole philosophy, their scheme based on your attributes. So, it's It's tough, man. You're guessing. But yes, Alabama seems like you're absolutely guessing because there's so much talent on the field at any given time.
Quarterback Alabama. I throw it up
right now. You mean in your heyday or right now?
It's all correct. It sounds ridiculous either time, so just pick one of the times. Now, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. You throw the ball, the receivers are so good. Your line is so good. I'll be protected. I'll get time. I just got to throw the ball in the general vicinity or hand the ball off, fake it, whatever. Right. Every once in a while, I'll get loose. Just no, okay.
Mac Jones is at the Senior Bowl.
I'm not impressed with Mac Jones.
You're not?
I think he's going to be trash. I think he's going to go in that family trash.
I'm not.
I don't know. No, he didn't impress me.
That's an impressive quarterback room, though, when you have Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Mac Jones.
Right. And you said the Tua is not the answer.
I don't know if he is the answer, but again, it's like you're guessing it either way. So we'll see.
We'll see. But anyway, so let's see where he ends up. Hopefully somewhere great. We'll see what he's worth and what's going on, man. What about basketball? What you got basketball this year?
Bradley Beal, also trying to force leverage or use his leverage and sort of suggest strongly that he should be traded. I thought it was interesting that my man Russell Westbrook this week, 2 days ago, officially has 163 points while also having taken 163 shots. So a total of 163 points in the season. And a total of 163 shots. And I like Russell Westbrook, but that's just a horrible stat.
Well, you think about that too. Some of those shots are threes. So somebody's like, oh, 50% from the field. No, that's not 50% from the field. Some of those are threes that he made. Free throws. He may have even had 4-point play in there. Free throw and got a foul in there. So you chipping down. 50% is impossible.
Bad, man. That's bad. But you remember Jameis Winston had he was what 31 touchdowns or 31 interceptions, or 30 and 30, whatever. And we made a big deal about it.
Get an ESPN special. 30.
But here is Westbrook, 163 points on 163 shots. Just a really bad stat. But other than that, basketball, I mean, the Lakers are trying to just get everybody because if Bradley Beal in trying to force a trade ends up going to the Lakers, it's officially, I start asking the question, well, who don't the Lakers have? They got,
yeah, they do get an happy sexy. Yeah. I like LeBron. I want to see the Lakers win. I don't want to see the Nets win. I don't think there's a much threat of that this season. Maybe, but you never know. It's a long season. You never know. I don't know. Did they shorten it this year? This season?
No, I think in terms of total games.
Yeah.
No. They changed when they started.
Which
they had to adjust. Start a little later, but not as late as they should have considered, right? Because
I thought maybe they were shortening a little bit so they could get back in the rhythm that they were in before.
I think they have 8. Don't quote me on that. I don't know how many total games they have. I don't know.
But it's a long season. My point. We can look at the Nets. I don't know. I don't even know what they did last night, but they'll get back in there. And I
think they balled last night. A total of 90 something points or something between. I think KD had 32, Harden had 31. And Kyrie had 27. That's not 90 points, but close to 90. A lot of points.
Everybody on that team just so hate their guts. I hate their guts. If they don't win a championship, no one will know, man.
Yeah.
You'll be forgotten. Speaking of forgotten, getting towards the end of this Hot 16. Speaking of forgotten.
We're down to 6 seconds, but we're going to go
real quick, man. You got these guys opted out of the football. I say they get forgotten. At the time they opt out, you're going to say, hey, I get it. No one wants to get sick. But when the season goes on, somewhat without a hitch, now you can look back and say, all right, these dudes weren't with us. Do you think these guys that get opt out are going to get left out coming up next year? Or you think people are going to really understand them, embrace them, and bring them back with the open heart?
So I'm going to give the quick, short answer since we're at our 16. Absolutely. At the end of the day, NFL players are fungible, meaning they're going to replace you. And the NFLPA, the air quote union, hasn't protected the job security of these players.
Right.
And so even under circumstances where you would think that the players should have the freedom to make such a wise, health conscious decision and not worry about their job, they're absolutely going to be players that are going to lose their job because someone has taken that spot, performed well. And the NFL is, as we all joke, but it is true, stands for not for long. And, it's what have you done for me lately? And although the players made a good decision for themselves and for their family, They didn't do anything for the respective organizations. And so because the union is the way that it is, because job security is the way that it is, and because fungible is the essence of everything that is the NFL, yeah, they're going to be forgotten, man. So I just suggest that they go and ball out in camp, but with shortened camp exposure too. Yeah, man, they're gonna be forgotten. And that's sad, but
it's sad. I think that you think they were sitting at home hoping people would get sick more and bad, it would become more of a mess. Because as things went going forward, they're like, man, we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl and everybody's good. Hell, Mahomes even came back from a concussion in 4 or 5 days.
Anybody that was like, look, like for the Kansas City Chiefs or the Tampa Bay Bucks, any of those players that opted out, like the team proved that they can win without you. Even Cleveland, like we didn't make it to playoffs.
Players too, they opted out. People say we understand they opt out and they come back. Go kill yourself. They don't care. They're gonna. Nobody's gonna treat you right. It's unfortunate. People don't understand it at the time, but they'll forget you real quick.
Quickly.
Anyway, well, that's the Hot 16, man. What you talking about tomorrow, man? We're gonna post this show tonight. What we talking about tomorrow?
Black coaches, man. The saga continues as we see Eric Bieniemy in another coaching hiring cycle does not get hired. He is the focus of the conversation, but if you look at just the data from when the Rooney Rule, the inception of the Rooney Rule, just like 2003 or whatever, to date, the number of black coaches is very similar, oddly and eerily. So we're gonna be talking about that. I'll be interviewing my coach from my wide receiver coach in Green Bay, who did a 25 plus year career as a black coach in the NFL. So that's going to be the main focal point of tomorrow's show. Tune in. It's the Ball Hawk Sports Talk with your boy B Brown, ESQ, aka the Ball Hawk, aka the Mouth of the South, aka Mr. Excessive Celebration. Check us out tomorrow.
Hey, grits and butter.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm happy up. I haven't had it scheduled yet. Or at least I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say I'm having you on tomorrow too.
I'm back tomorrow. I'm be on the lookout. Got an interview coming with Ian Book, the all-time winningest quarterback in Notre Dame. Once he gets through this little Senior Bowl thing, we'll get out there and see what he's gonna talk about. So let me know if you guys fan of the Big Flow Show. Send me in some questions you'd like me to ask Ian Book. All right, sounds good. We out.